Hello YouTube, amazing news. So last week Monday, we got our first landlord call back. We got our first landlord call back from 63 letters sent out. So yeah, landlord called. I was in the pharmacy. She called, working obviously. She called and I said, Sarah speaking, how can I help you? Because it was just a number. Obviously she didn't put no call ID, she just left it as a number. I answered it, it's like, Sarah speaking, how can I help you? I thought it was like free or something like that. And it's like, is this Sarah sourcing? I was like, oh, wait, sorry, what? She's like, is this Sarah sourcing or have I called the wrong number? I was like, yes, it's Sarah sourcing. How can I help you? And she's like, I received one of your letters. At this point, my brain still hadn't clicked. I was like, letters? She's like, yeah, one of your letters offering HMO services. I was like, oh, yes. At that point, I left the pharmacy excited, hyped. Obviously, I went to the stairs, calmed down. She told me she liked my letters. I told her, okay, what did you like? And she's like, yeah, I read a few things. I like this, I like that. I was like, yeah, we do that. That's exactly what we offer, and that's what we do. Can I just ask you about your property? Where is it based? Does it need a lot of work? And what kind of obviously contract you're kind of looking at? Because we do a contract where we take on the whole property and we just guarantee your rent. And she's like, yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking for. And that sounds great. And yeah, when can we arrange a viewing? I arranged the viewing for the Tuesday. When I saw the property on the Tuesday, meeting her, it was basically, her son's about 23 years old. She's about in her 40s, late 40s, early 50s. She's been in the property game for a while. She says she has a lot of units. I generally believe her. Because of the quality at which they've done, obviously, the rooms at, so the son's first property, the quality at which they've done the rooms at is great. It definitely meets kind of our boutique standard. They're all ensuite rooms, 6 rooms, nearby home. The only thing obviously they asked me for on that day is they needed 6 AST contracts basically yesterday to send to the bank and show the bank, look, the property is being used for the purposes it was intended for. I was traveling that day I was traveling pretty much on the Wednesday to the motor, and I just done the viewing on the Tuesday. I obviously start texting around, asking a few friends, trying to see if anyone was willing to just sign an AST contract for me so I could send back to her the next day. Responses were not as fast as I hoped they would have been. Obviously I've not been in touch with a lot of friends, so it was kind of like getting in touch with old friends and seeing if based off our relationship in the past they could sign. I managed to get a few people to agree, but again, even the speed at which they sent me their contracts back was a bit slow. I managed to get 2 back immediately, and then the rest of them kind of had to chase a little bit. Still didn't manage to get the full 6. I managed to get about 4 by the end of this week. Also, obviously, speaking to one of the mentors, Katrina Bailey, that taught me. Well, I didn't speak to her directly, but I got in touch with someone that signed up for recently her course because I couldn't afford to pay the $250 there and then. And I wasn't too sure whether or not to pay it from their business bank account. Pay the $250, get that 2-hour kind of consultation. She charges $250 per hour, and talk about obviously my current obstacle of finding 6 AST contracts. How do I go about that? So I didn't speak to her directly, but thinking around and speaking to a few people, they said yes. Why don't you just obviously get other people to sign your AST contracts? I tried to. People were a bit skeptical, and I had to explain to them that look, as soon as we get your AST contract signed and they showed it to the bank, you just need to say it to a bank. We're gonna rip them up, and obviously, if any bank ever asked, you just didn't want to move in anymore, and that happens all the time with tenants. They just don't want to move in anymore, and we gave you back your deposit and actually moved in the person that needed to move in. You don't need to pay no deposit, you just need to sign the contract for me. It was a lot harder convincing people to sign some contracts than I thought it would be, and I was not able to get 6 done the next day, 6 a.m. or yeah, about 6 a.m., 7 a.m. as I promised the landlord. So I wasn't able to overcome that obstacle, and I didn't message back the landlord. Feedback from my mentor was you shouldn't be dealing with landlords like that. That are kind of willing and suggesting you to kind of do funny business. Because yeah, landlord did suggest it. I just get anyone, I don't care, just get anyone to sign a contract. So that all kind of demotivated me going on holiday, me not being able to follow up, and then who's going to receive the keys if I don't get the keys. It all kind of just demotivated me, and then me not able to get people to sign contracts like this and obviously send me their documents all demotivated me, and I was like, oh, how am I going to tell this landlord I can still take on the property when I can't even produce 6 AST contracts? If I'm meant to be a reliable company as I am that can guarantee rent. So that kind of obviously didn't get back in touch with the landlord on that one. I just left it that way. But the amazing news is one of my letters met landlord's eye, and one of the landlords liked it. So there is landlords out there that will take on my service. Even after I told her I'm a new company, she was still willing to give it a go, and she was still happy to go ahead with it. It's just unfortunately my lack of experience of how to overcome this obstacle, my lack of obviously connections and friends kind of on the property, just willing to go ahead with it and just know like, yeah, I'll give him my details because I know what this is for. I know exactly what he's doing. So having that familiar network and people around me will not ask too many questions, just give me a deal because they know what I'm doing, and they know exactly what it is. So that's my second point. And my third point is maybe I should have paid that $250 per hour for that mentorship, but I did get the feedback what she would have given to me through someone else who was paying for a mentorship. So that wasn't too bad in that way. But yeah, we didn't manage to secure that one. And I don't know what to say to the landlord. I've never been in this situation where I got a landlord's number on my phone and I didn't produce as I promised I would. And now I'm just here, kind of. This is over and this is my journey. I've tried obviously to recalibrate while I was away on Malta, and to just jump back on the bike today and just keep going. That's why I've not recorded YouTube videos for a while. I've not been knowing what to say. I wanted my next YouTube video to be like, oh yeah guys, secured our first one, but it's not been like that. I've not done it, but everything everyone knows, they learn. So everything my mentor knows, everything my tutor knows, I will learn and I will get there. I just have to keep going and work through these obstacles.